Well, thank you. We're standing outside the newly opened Death Tennis Academy on the outskirts of Hull and are joined by the man making all the decisions, Custard Prophet. Custard, you must be very excited to get going on this project.
Yeah, thanks. We're really excited to get going today. It's been a long time coming. We've worked incredibly hard to get this project off the ground. A lot of miles put in, and as you can see behind me, it is a hive of activity on the courts. We are, really pushing the boat out today and getting everything started. We've, as I say, worked damn hard to get to this stage, and we hope this is just the start of something really special.
Can you tell us about the ethos of the Academy?
Yeah, the ethos of the Academy is, it was really set up by Sean Death, who it's named after. Your listeners will all be very aware. He's a player of some renown, number one player in the world. A few years back, retired at the very top of tennis, and he wanted to give something back. He said, in conversation with us, that he felt that there was very little support when he was a youngster growing up in terms of tennis infrastructure. So that's what we're trying to give. So something back to the young top quality players of Great British tennis, and that's what we're going to be focusing on, those young stars, and we're going to be trying to take them all the way through to the top. Yeah, so that's what we're trying to achieve.
And you've already have the first youngster signed up to work with you. Can you tell us a little about her?
Yeah, so we already have our first player signed up. She'd signed up quite a while ago. It's Sean's daughter, actually, Shaunetta Death. We're really thrilled to have her, and she's got a lot of the qualities of her dad. She's quick, she's powerful, good at the net, which is certainly something he was never good at. Got really large feet as well, so keep her stable. So we're excited to see how far we can take Shaunetta. We would love to take her as far as her dad went. Yeah, definitely.
That's very exciting. Will you be looking to increase the numbers of players here?
Yeah, that's one of our first priorities. And in addition to that, getting more staff in, more quality coaching staff and physiotherapists, etc. We're looking to improve that aspect of things. But we really do want to bring in some young British talent. And so if you're watching this, come down and have a watch.
Well, the infrastructure looks a little run down. Is that a problem?
Well, we have to start somewhere, don't we? And the infrastructure isn't the best. Unfortunately, Sean, whilst he has a big name, he unfortunately doesn't have quite as much money as he thought he might have to put towards this. He's got a few rather strange hobbies which take up a lot of his cash. So unfortunately, we've got his name, but not an awful lot of his funds. So whilst we've got a few other investors involved, we're kind of starting from the bottom and hoping to attract new investment. But we will be improving as we go. So watch this space.
Is that a badminton racket you're holding?
Yeah, it is. I'll ask you not to question my methods, please.
Thank you very much, Custard Prophet. Back to the studio.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, hello folks, welcome to episode 1 of this Tennis Manager 2022 Let's Play Save. I'm the Custard Prophet, and as you heard in the introduction, we are going to be taking charge of a new tennis academy. But let's have a look at what I'm like. So I've just set my character up. As you can see, I would love the opportunity to put my own face in here. Just saying, upload a photo, it'll be dead easy to include. We are going with a novice experience, so we're not cheating at all here. We are. It's not quite what we are, because we are. I guess I have more experience, but I think we're going to start here because it's harder. And the way I've divided this is by focusing my attributes a little bit more on the serve and the return. I'm going to let other people train the forehand, backhand, those sort of things, and also in movement and physical abilities. I think those are important things early on, particularly for the style of player that we potentially are wanting to develop. In terms of our management attributes, we focus a lot of points on ability to motivate, as well as communication having an important role. So I think some of those communication keys are going to be really important early doors to make open the right doors and things like that for us. So that's who we are. Let's move on. We're going to set up our player. So again, it's the Death Academy that we're going with, and we're going to have this fire logo. But again, I'd love the opportunity to design my own logo and put that in. That would be kind of cool. But there we go. Let's set up what the Academy looks like. So we are going to make it as hard as we possibly can. This is going to be a lot of fun. We are going with the lowest budget we can get, 100,000k. We're going with a start from zero strategy. As you saw, the Academy is in a bit of a state, so there's pretty much nothing here. So we are going to have to build things up, but we've got no money, and we're training youth players. So how the heck are we going to make that money? We're actually losing more money than we're bringing in, so that's going to be difficult. We might need to focus on upgrading that business centre early, just to try and get a few quid through the door. Right, let's sort out Shawnetta Death. This is what we have set up for Shawnetta. She is going to start the game at 16, so we're going to, I think the rules of this save are going to be we cannot sign anyone beyond 18 as a player. So 18 is the cutoff. We can keep them for longer than that, but that's the latest that we can sign them. So she's going to start at 16. She is going to be loyal, so she tends to prefer long-term contracts. That fits with what I want to do, really. She's going to be sensitive. This is a bit of a risky one because it does mean that she is more emotional, so potentially she can respond better to team talks, which is a good thing, but equally she can respond badly to team talks, which is a bad thing. So getting those team talks right is going to be key, but we have got that communication boost in our attributes, which hopefully will help with that. And she is composed, so she causes less trouble. I think together that makes a nice, well-rounded, relatively level-headed teenager. What do you think? So, as we mentioned, she's got a good volley on her, and we are going to be trying to set her up as a serve and volleyer, which I've not done in any of the tennis games, so I'm kind of excited by that. This is the default settings for that, which I'm going to keep. And you can see what they do up is the serve power, the volleying, and also things like spin and drop shot and smash, where it's kind of important at the net. Things like speed are important, whereas stuff like stamina not seen as important. So that's what we're going to go with. We've got a limited amount of points, but we're going to stick with that. We'll give her the default height and weight, so 5'9", which is pretty tall for a lady, and weight 74 kg. So that's a, I don't know what that is in stone. I can't remember. So this is what we're going with in terms of what she looks like. She is. We start with a contract with this rebound tennis, so that's what we start with. So I think as we pick up different contracts, we will be able to alter the outfits that we can fit into. So I think that was one of the questions I had in my first look video. Anyway, that's what she looks like. So we'll go with that. Let's get into it. So we're going to just go through the early parts of this. I'm not going to play a match today. So in terms of a schedule, every Tuesday and Saturday I'll release videos on this. This is obviously coming out on a Thursday, which is neither of those days. But what I did want to make sure that I did was to get this one out pretty early and maybe have a few videos in a short period of time just to get people into the series, and then we'll have regular videos thereafter. So Tuesday and Saturday generally, but we are bringing this one out on the Thursday. So here is our board director Mike Borg saying, "We're thrilled to welcome you to your academy. We hope we hope to achieve great things together, as do I. Our assistant will guide you through our facilities and explain how things work here. We'll discuss our objectives for the season later, and we'll introduce you to the public this evening during a press conference. Warmly, KM Borg, Mike. So I think what I would like to do is have a little wander through the facilities, because that's going to be really important. We need to think hard about that. And I'm going to throw a question out to you once we have a look through this. Where should we start to improve our facilities? Where do we need to do that? And we'll have a look in that once we get to it. Important things here, academy objectives here. Recruit only players with different status than secondary player. Important secondary. So that's fine. I don't know whether they'll like youth recruitment very much, with considering that's it, but they knew that's what we were trying to do, so we'll see. Reach level 1 for the sports centre. We've only got 100,000k. I don't know how expensive that's going to be. I'm not sure we were going to manage that. Have players on the team with a percentage revenue of more than 15%. Okay, I don't know what our player is, so we'll have to have a look. And increase the reputation of the academy. I've never managed to do that, so we will see. So Sure Letter Death has joined the academy. You're going to have brand new tools at your disposal with the possibility of upgrades of infrastructure to make it one of the best academies on the planet. And that's the plan, folks. That's the plan. We'll need to build a staff with solid experience in order to develop the reputation of the academy and attract the best talent. You're getting a budget of 100,000k. Or 100k, 100,000k was very nice for the first season. Don't know whether that means we'll get a little bit more. But let's jump into the academy and the infrastructure. I think that's probably one of the most important things for me. So let's have a look what we have. And we've got 100,000, so there are upgrades that we can do here. I don't know quite what will be the best thing to do, because many of these actually unlock a player space, which is good. So we currently have a hard court. We have weight room at number 2, which is good. A multi-purpose field, which is fine. And a swimming pool. I guess we've got a kind of crappy swimming pool. So I don't know how much we need to do to this to actually get this from a just over half tennis ball or whatever that is to a full one of those, because I think that's what they are after. So not sure there. We could add another tennis court. I don't know what a paddles court is. In the comments, please. Sounds like a punishment centre. This might be important, but maybe not at this point yet. In terms of the medical centre, they do say this is one of the objectives, but the business centre is where I am most interested in maybe sort of bringing in some an improved income. So the problem we have is the only thing we can afford is a recreational pool, but that does upgrade. I don't know how that would work, 15 grand a month, but that seems a bit of a cheat, and that seems an obvious place to go. Let me know, is that what we do straight away? We upgrade this and get a recreational pool, and that will give us an extra 15 grand a month. I'm not sure quite what we're getting at the minute. We're getting 28, so that will take us up into a place where we're actually making a bit of money. I don't know what the upgrade is after that, but that's certainly one we can afford. That seems like the way to go. And in terms of youth and scouting centre, obviously this is an area we'll need to think carefully about, but again, the amount of money we need here is a lot. But we can upgrade this progression bonus for youths by getting a relaxation room and video games, so that might be something as well to think about, considering we are focusing on youth. Have a think about that. Let me know in the comments what you would be doing in this case. Obviously, the other thing that we've got to need to get some staff in. Currently, we have, let's have a look at the academy. here we go. So these are our staff. We have a me. Then we have a couple of trainers and a physio. So these trainers are on just over £2,000 a month, so we need to keep an eye on that. Obviously, if we bring in additional players, that's going to be an issue. We've got space for another coach, got space for another trainer. I think we have space for another player. We'll have a look at that in a second. So outside of this, we do have agent, analyst and recruiters. So I think this is was analyst a thing last time? I mean, we've got a very poor analyst. Oh no, she's got an 11 on player evaluation, so that's okay. And a recruiter, what does a recruiter do? Again, player evaluation, it's good. So it's a mixed bunch, isn't it? It is a mixed bunch. Well, I guess we'll have a little look at these two. So trainer here, he's pretty good at movement training, but that is all she wrote. I mean, we're no better really. And Gutierrez is physically. So basically, we are being covered by this guy. We could bring someone else in who is more capable with those forehands or something like that. And our physio, what's she like? She's got a 9 there, so that's not bad. That isn't bad at all. So, my plan, I think, initially, and see if you agree with this, we upgrade the business centre, getting that pool, the sort of public pool, to get £15,000 a month. And then we think carefully with that money how we can then upgrade our staff a little bit to potentially bring in another player. I think we have space to do that. So this is just a quick look here at Shaunetta's attributes. Obviously, she's not thought to have great potential, but we're not going to let that come between us and what we hope will be her real outcome here. You can see here that I think, yeah, so she's got some bonuses and some things that aren't bonuses here. I mean, dear me, so she's got terrible shoes, has she? So we need to start thinking about training with this. Obviously, some of the areas that we are going to focus on are on the volleying. We'll be training a game plan which is all around serve and volleying, and just try and build her up to be able to play in that way. As you can see, her primary game plan is a serve and volley tactic, but we'll have a little look at maybe what is best to be her secondary and tertiary game plans. Okay, folks, well, we are going to be leaving it there. I just wanted a little bit of an overview and feel for what we're going to, where we're going to do. I want to hear what you've got to say in the comments. What should we do early doors? Should we look for another player? Should we look to upgrade some of the things I talked about? I want to hear from you. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you very shortly on another video. Goodbye.